Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? Oh,
Hello.
okay, there we go.
Oh my god, it's another
Um,
podcast already.
It's been a week already. Got another Awooters podcast. And this week's episode, our special guest is our resident bully and FC leader, Rennon, aka Vivi.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
See, I told you I was ready and then I lied because I forgot to turn on the copyright free jazz.
Oh my.
What are people gonna do without the copyright free jazz?
You like jazz?
Consummate professionals.
Wow.
All right. And as always, everyone in chat, if you have any questions for the guest or for either of us, just feel free to put them in chat and we will get to them when we can.
What?
What?
Is my
What's up with
title
that,
messed up?
What is yours?
No, he loves my title.
Oh, your title. Right, got it. I mean, it's an accurate title.
is.
Fully. All right. Would
Thanks
you
for
like to start with the
following, Myth,
questions,
by the way.
Atlas?
Thank you. Yeah, why are you such a bully?
Why do you all make it so easy to be bullied?
There.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Very important. Yeah.
Okay. You want to actually start with a question, or you want me to start?
My mom wants to know what your favorite flavor of cheesecake is.
Godiva chocolate cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory specifically.
Good choice. I like
Never
their
been to the
Oreo.
Cheesecake Factory.
What?
What?
Nope.
What is wrong with you?
I'm
Never been
sorry.
to one.
That's it. You got to come back down here. I'm taking you to the Cheesecake Factory.
There's
must
one at our
experience
local
the
mall.
menu.
I've been wanting to go, but every time we go to the mall and we're leaving is when we walk past it and I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to go there, and then we just leave.
Well, we should plan a double date at a Cheesecake Factory.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I love cheesecake.
Their Oreo cheesecake is so good.
Oh, it's all about the Godiva chocolate. It comes
Oreo.
with a square Godiva on it.
Well, the Oreo cheesecake comes with a giant, like, Oreo cookie on it.
Yeah.
Wanna try both?
Godiva chocolate. Yeah, just get both.
That's
Let's do
fair. Fair.
Why restrict yourself to one?
Exactly.
Real question though. How do you have time to do everything that you do? You do so many things.
You do. You really do.
What do I do?
You run an FC. You work,
runs
I
itself.
assume. You take really good photos, which I mean, we could go into a whole discussion about how you even like learn to do that, because that tool confuses me so much sometimes.
Uh-huh.
It just seems like you do so much.
So I do a lot of that while I'm supposed to be working.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
But honestly, doing a picture a day and posing has sped up the process a lot.
I need to do more practice with that. For sure.
Honestly, start with the pre-made poses. That'll get you an idea of how things work and how bad other people can be at creating them.
Oh my god, yeah. There's been some. I've loaded some poses.
Some of those. I've experienced some of those bad ones already. Trust me. I've also created some nightmare fuel by trying to load said poses, as Atlas have seen.
There's a Hrothgar one that I used for 2 Mikotes. The things that happen to a Mikote's face because you tried to load a Hrothgar face onto it are quite entertaining.
I don't know if I want to see that.
No,
You
no.
don't.
No,
Now I'm curious though. Now that you tell me I don't though.
I feel like I'd like to not be curious.
It's just the Hrothgar face poses very differently than the Mikote face. It has different bones. And
Right.
so it's trying to put those bones in the Makote's face. And so you have mouth and eye, eye off to the side.
Cool.
It's like a bleeding Picasso, really.
Oh God.
But it's just the face. The rest of the body loads fine.
Hmm.
Jesus. My first question is, what made you want to start the FC?
So I ran a guild in World of Warcraft for 6 years. And joining other guilds, I have a problem that no one runs them well.
Hmm.
So if I'm going to believe that I run it better, then I might as well run it better.
Fair. That
That's
is
very
fair.
fair. That's
That
fair
is a
enough.
very fair idea.
Oh
By
my.
the way,
'Cause-
let me double check. We were like, what, 11, 12, 13, something like that earlier? On like free companies or whatever?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, last I checked, we were in the top 15.
What's
And it
that
is a
like?
very lovely place.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've joined other FCs on alts and whatnot, and I do that partly to get an idea of what I could do better with ours.
Mhm.
And so much I see just no interaction between members. The Discord is oddly cluttered with less channels.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's just nothing going on. It's just free companies to have numbers.
Mhm.
And so it's like, that's not what I wanted for us. I want a family where everyone's included, no matter what you want to do. There's something for everyone. So if you
Mhm.
want to run statics and high end, then you have people that want to do that with you. But at the same time, you're like, hey, I want to do something casual. You've got a group that wants to do that. So you
Mhm.
just have everything available to you, nothing restrictive.
Right. Yeah, because the quiet ones, I mean, it's almost, it's that you just don't know what to do, I guess, when there's not so much social stuff, and having so many people to socialize with has been really nice. Hi, Dream. Welcome to the podcast.
I do really enjoy everyone we have in our FC. From when I joined, God, was that like 3 years ago at this point? I don't really remember. I've enjoyed every second of it. Everyone is really nice.
We've had our bad apples,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they tend to see themselves out.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Whenever you have a good group, there's always the few. There's
Yeah.
always a few.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a large free company. Like
Right.
there's going to be problems.
Right.
It's
You can't have
unavoidable.
you can't have that many people together and not have some sort of drama on occasion. We just do our best to avoid it, keep it behind the scenes, try to make it not bleed over into that full free company.
Right, because what? We're at almost 200, maybe, people?
I think we're at like 169, 170 because I did a
Mhm.
purge of the AFKs.
Right.
But yeah, we were bordering on 200 at one point.
Yeah. We do have a
Mhm.
very decent sized FC, and it is a lovely place to be.
Do you ever feel stressed, though, with that many people?
All the time.
I figured that as much.
Yeah, I assume so, because that's a lot of people to, like... I mean, do you view
Kinda
yourself...
watch over.
Yeah, I was like, do you view yourself as in charge of them, or just, like, kind
A
of like...
guide.
Kind of like FC dad, where you're like, do what you want, but I gotta make sure that you're following the rules?
So I generally am just another member of the FC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like having to put on the FC leader hat,
Right.
but I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is I have amazing Osphers who, interact with everyone else in the FC, and so that divvies up how much I actually have to do. So I can do the management part of it, and then take care of the behind the scenes stuff more, and then just let everyone have fun.
Right.
But I find as long as I don't act like I am the supreme overlord, like some
Right.
do, things just flow better. They run themselves.
I will have to agree with you saying that, because like I remember the guild I was in World of Warcraft when the leader would just show like he's like the best. Like you have to do exactly what he says, otherwise you get this happen, whatever. And then compare that to like how RFC goes. It is so casual, so nice, so relaxing compared to things like that.
It's not intimidating.
No, not at all.
No.
It's a very, very much a safe place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear that because I always worry that I'm not doing enough or I'm not doing it right. And that's just a constant FC leader, anxiety.
Yeah, that's just a constant thought for someone in your spot.
Russell Hobbert wants to know, who, essentially the question is how many people do you think have been there since the beginning that are still there?
So in the beginning, there were 4. So of the original founding members of the FC, it is just Mythos and myself. One person pretty much does not exist anymore in the game, and the other one is Artemisian Mist, but he has been lone wolf for a very long time. He runs his own venue now.
Right.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he runs Mystique.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we
chill.
Guys, got a venue question already, but which is like another topic that I feel like we could really delve into. Sorry, I forgot that I had a pack. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about it anyway.
Easily distracted.
I was easily distracted because I was like, oh, there's something in my pocket, and it was taking up a lot of space, and I had to figure out what it was, and then anyway, it was a McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. But let's get to
your pocket.
I was doing Squizzle's hair because she needed a haircut and dye and highlights and stuff, which I did the dye today. I know it doesn't explain the sweet and sour sauce, but I was upstairs and then she was cleaning off the table and I was like, oh, is that sweet and sour sauce? And she was like, yeah, it's sweet and sour sauce. And I was like, I want it. Can I have it? And she was like, yes. So I put it in my pocket and I just realized that it was still there. Okay?
Oh, goodness.
Look. I like sweet and sour sauce. Anyway. But pivoting a little bit here, Foxy wants to know, does the last carrot pay a living wage?
If you had to actually figure out how much a living wage in Eorzea was, I would say we do.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yeah. I survive.
I find, in watching other venues and how they do it, I feel like the last carrot handles paychecks in a better fashion, in a more employee focused fashion.
So because I imagine, just from like subtle, I don't know how other venues do anything. I've never ran a venue or had to deal with any of the money in a venue, but it seems a lot like I assume that we probably get paid a little bit more than most venue employees normally do, maybe.
Yes and no. I mean, there are some venues that are like the gambling establishments that pull in millions upon millions upon millions of gil,
right,
in one night, and they pay their employees a little bit better, but they can afford it.
Right.
Y'all know I pay you $100K as long as the bar gets bought out.
Right.
And then profit sharing from there. But there are places that you get paid a flat fee no matter how much the venue makes.
Right.
And I'm not here for that. I want the venue to succeed. I want everyone to have fun. I want you to feel like your time spent was worth it.
Right.
Which I do feel that way.
Yeah, I have a good time too.
It's
working
always
is
a
fun.
lot of fun.
Yeah, working there is a lot of fun. Not to
Do
brag.
Do I wish the last carrot was real so I could have that as an actual job than where I'm at? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Mythos and I have talked about, like, if we ever had the money, about opening a restaurant and how we would run it. So this is kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, if you do that, let me know. I would love to have a
Same
job.
You have a host right here.
I'll move. I'll move.
I'll probably need a lunch lady.
Oh, good. So I'll let some lunch lady know, and then I'll apply for a different position.
I can text the lunch lady right now that I know. Here.
If you text me, I swear.
How'd you know? It's like you're a lunch lady or something.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Do you have a question before I ask more?
I was about to just read the one that Russell put into your chat.
Oh, you mean when will the last Carrot employees get insurance?
I've been in negotiations with Eorzea Health for a long time, and they can't settle on anything.
Got it.
So unfortunately, we're just in a holding pattern.
Wow. Wow. Nice. Yeah.
I do have a question though for the venue. Do you plan to open for other nights? Just curious.
I would love to. The problem is I would have to nearly double the staff we have because not everyone's available on other days.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to stay open later, but I mean we're open already till 10:30 Eastern. That's getting pretty late. I can handle it because that's only 7:30
Hi,
here.
Foxy.
But it's like I can't find a good day time that works with the majority of the people that we have, and I don't want to just hire on a whole second crew just to open another night.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Because then y'all would be like, I'll have to dictate that this crew is Monday and this crew is Friday, for instance.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, a lot of thought's gone into opening longer or opening another day, and really it just feels like Monday works the best for us.
Right. Do you think that you'll ever post another what is it, like the schedule thing where you asked when people were free and stuff?
I probably could, since we've had a lot of turnover.
Which I imagine has to be pretty normal when you're, starting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a venue owners Discord,
Mhm.
and they have a channel literally about hiring staff, and I'm seeing posts daily looking for all sorts of different staff.
Right.
So I know it's happening, and I see similar places like venue A will post, and then like a week later they're posting again for different positions. So I mean, people get burnt out if you RP too much.
Right.
Which is fair. It can take a lot out of you.
Did you have another venue question?
I don't think so. I think I'm all good on that.
Okay. Dream wants to know. Question for the hosts. Ooh, we get a question.
Ooh.
What drew you originally to Awoo? Was it the name? Oh my gosh. I don't think this is probably more a question for me, I guess. Originally it was a fun joke. Because I mean, in the FC specifically, we did a lot of Awoo and stuff like that. That kind of bled over into my stream and the people I hung out with. And one day I just kind of made a joke about being a wolf boy and having, because there's femboy Hooters. So it started as femboy Hooters. And then it turned into wolf boy Hooters. And then it just kind of went from wolf boy to Awooters. So I guess it was just kind of a weird transition from point A to, God, I don't even know, point E at this point. And then I have a friend who's currently in college for logo design and stuff, and she sent me the logo for Awooters, and I talked to the people that I was hanging out with, and I was like, you want to do a thing? And then, to be honest, and I think Cosmic can agree, we never thought that it would actually be anything. Like we
really did not think it'd be at where we're at currently.
we thought we would maybe do one haha fun like podcast and stuff, and then we had a lot of people ask about being guests, and then there was more people that we wanted to talk to. And I mean, people keep coming back and watching. There's like,
So
uh,
it must be working out because what
uh-huh.
we're seeing.
Yeah, I normally hit my highest views for the week doing this, the Awooter's podcast, and it gives us opportunities. It gives me personally opportunities to ask questions that I don't feel like come up often. Like, I mean, I've always wanted to ask about the FC and running an FC and the venue that we work at, and now I get the opportunity to invite people on like Vivi and Yagoki and ask
And
about
Amber and all that.
and ask about DJing and FCs and running a venue and stuff. So really, it was almost like it was a joke that turned into an excuse for me to ask people questions.
Now let's circle back to the original question for me. How I found a woo, however, whichever one you want to say, obviously both work for it, but it was through some friends I had back in the day. I don't talk to them anymore. Vivi, I'm pretty sure, still remembers them. Tally and Conolith were playing Final Fantasy. I think I was playing something else with them, and then they brought up Final Fantasy, and I was looking for a new MMO to play because WoW was just not doing it anymore. So I started up Final Fantasy, and after trying out the trial and enjoying the game to the point I wanted to get the full thing, I immediately got invited to the FC and have been here since.
Oh, and if it's a question about the FC, I was in an old FC with just like 4 other people, and then one day Vivi found Steeper, who is Rezero, and we were trying to buy a plot. He was like, "You should join us," and we were like, "Okay."
I'm not above poaching.
And that was God. I think somebody pointed out that was like almost 2 years ago now. I think.
Jeez.
So, doesn't feel like it's been that long. But I guess when you get
Feels like it's been
chased,
so much longer.
yeah, I guess when you get chased, often, time slows down. Feels like it's been 5 years, and the Namazu just doesn't stop.
Hey, last time it was sexy Namazu.
Yep, that was on stream.
That was very enjoyable to watch.
That was 3 years? Oh god. 3 years of being chased around and anyway, I don't get tortured. I love it here. I love the way this cake is cut. Which I guess leads to a good transition of, you just have such a, like, your personality is such an FC leader personality. I don't know how to explain it. You're just so good at it. You're like,
You really are, though.
you're a simultaneous amount of like a great friend, but also the worst bully.
Both sides of your coin are very, very equal, and they work out very well. They coincide together pretty damn good.
So, thank you. Congratulations, you flustered me.
Clip it.
I have been in a leadership position since Boy Scouts.
Oh, we were a Boy Scout.
I was a Boy Scout.
Wow.
Same here.
I was never a Boy Scout.
So, Cosmic will get this then. I was a senior patrol leader.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense now.
6 terms.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So I've just naturally grown to that. Like almost any company I've worked in, I've strived to get up to some sort of leadership position. It's just something I naturally like to do, and I think it boils back down to I just don't think other people have any idea what the hell they're doing. And I can do it better. And that sounds
Mhm.
cocky and egotistical, but I like to believe I back it up.
Well, one, you do, and two, 90% of people in leadership roles really do not know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. hmm It's a lot of just like, at least personally, I think when it comes to leadership and stuff, it's a lot of just doing the best and just making decisions that people don't want to make. That tends to be how that goes. It's a lot of decision making that other people are just. Some people just don't want to make choices, and that's okay.
And that's part of it is I do have to make executive decisions running the FC,
Mhm.
but I also tend to and try to involve the FC in those decisions.
Right, like a democracy.
If you get people's buy-in, it's easier to do.
Mhm.
If I'm like, I want to do this, and everyone's like, I hate that idea, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I have no one's buy-in. That's just no, that's toxic.
Very.
Mhm. Also, you wouldn't have anybody to lead because nobody would do it.
But part of that comes with, people have grown to trust me and trust what I do,
Mhm.
and I have to maintain that trust. I
Right.
don't want to do anything to
Mhm.
violate the trust I'm given. It's precious to me.
Right.
Mhm.
Would you say that like you lean more introvert or extrovert?
Oh, I'm definitely an introvert, but I'm an extroverted introvert.
Right.
So I enjoy interacting with people, but it's very draining.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel that on an emotional level.
I think all three of us are in the same boat with that.
Yeah.
Interacting online is very different
hmm
for that energy.
Yeah.
Like this is just fun.
hmm
Mhm.
This isn't draining or anything like that.
Yeah, I've said it before, and I believe me and Cosmic both have pointed it out before, and I think maybe even Yugoki it has like pointed it out too. As a streamer, like when you hit start stream, it's like, "Hi everybody, I'm Atlas. Ooh woo, oh whoa," and then the minute that like that stops, I think people tend to think that that's my entire life. But when I hit end stream, it's silent. It's just silence.
Yeah,
Like-
it really is. Like, I'll be streaming in the morning when Rev's asleep, and he'll wake up and come out here around the time I finish. Not like I talk a lot on stream. Yeah,
hmm
I don't. We'll talk a little bit, and then it'll be silence for like an hour or two, and then we'll talk some more and silence some more for a bit.
Yeah. Also, Vivi, your biggest fan is here.
Hey, Squizzle.
What question?
Oh my.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to ask her to write down why she loves you so much.
I want
It's
to
not
know
because I
too.
bully you.
That's fair.
That's probably part of it.
She gets so happy every time. Did you have any questions before I read more chat questions?
Mine just kind of go into how we normally do. I just swap over to like the anime choices and things like that.
Ah, yes, very important. Kindred spirits. Thanks, Squid.
Kindred spirits.
So we both just like to bully you is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Squiz's favorite thing is she knows she succeeded in our friendship when I tell her how much I hate her.
Hi, Nico.
Hi, Nico.
I mean, Cosmic wanted to kill me earlier today because he's a good girl.
I go.
That checks out.
I hate. Goodbye.
I'll become Final Fantasy boss man. Oh, very, very eloquently put, Squiz. It's very
Words are
nice. Well, Russell had a question too, which was, what's the best moment you've had being the FC leader, and if you're comfortable enough sharing, the worst?
Ooh.
All right, that's a good question. It's gonna be cheesy as fuck, but
Mhm.
honestly, the best part of being FC leader is just sharing in everyone's accomplishments. Like when the FC, even a single member of the FC clears like an ultimate, it's like I feel proud for the FC as well as that person.
Mhm.
I don't have a specific like my greatest thing as an FC leader, but I do have the worst, which is having to dismiss people from the FC.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That does seem like one of those double-edged sword things.
Yeah. I do not get happy when I have to put on my FC leader hat.
Yeah.
No.
And you know I'm not happy when I actually tell you I have to put on my FC leader hat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I literally started a conversation with, so you're forcing me to put on my FC leader hat.
Thanks for following, Nico.
Did not go well from there.
Yeah. I imagine that is.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that went because you're usually so happy and cheery, and having to
Mhm.
go into that, put that title over your head to talk about whatever it is with whoever it is. I can only imagine
Yeah.
the change in mood for not only yourself, but I don't know, just in general, the mood changes, everything changes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's I'll be honest, when I switch modes, it gets scary.
Mhm.
I will make you feel an inch tall.
Yeah.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I can destroy people verbally. I have ruined religions for people.
Mhm.
It's one of those, do not piss me off. I will destroy you.
Well,
But I don't want to go there.
Yeah, somebody explained it to me once because like I was told that like I have a similar thing where when I'm angry it's worse. And I was told that like it's one of those things when like a good person gets angry, especially because you know them as such a good person, it's worse because it feels worse knowing that you've made a good person angry almost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unexpected too. Like you're not expecting a nice person to be upset or mad or angry, and so yeah, I could understand that because it would be shocking to me if you ever like were that angry or mad, or like if I had done something that bad, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
Misos says it correct. Imagine brat mode being used for evil.
Oh god, yeah. No thank you.
That would scare me.
No,
I
thank you.
don't want to imagine that. Thank
No,
you very
thank you.
much. No, thank you.
Is it bad
I'm
that is it bad that I'm just picturing that scene from like that movie where the guy puts a horse head in the guy's bed, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm gonna wake up to a Namazu head in my bed.
Yes, but that Namazu will have an axe.
No, no, please.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree, Yagoki. Absolutely. I always feel... Squizzle, you're such a fibber. She said I always feel at least 2 inches tall as a Lala. Squiz has the opposite problem. Squiz is like like 5'9" or 5'10". She walks around as if she
you.
Yeah, but she walks around and she talks to everyone as if she was a 6'5". Like
She does.
yeah. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentation of your kinfolk. Thanks, Lord. Thanks, Valdrin.
There are times where I have been, Thanos did nothing wrong.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn. I agree, Nico. Happy Ren is best friend.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, Nico.
What's your... I have a question for you, Vivi. What is in your opinion, your greatest achievement you've done in Final Fantasy?
The FC.
kind of figured that, but I was thinking there was gonna be a different answer.
I mean, the last carrot now. Yeah, no, it's those things that I definitely am the most proud of. I don't do high-end content usually. If you see me in an X, there's usually a good reason for it. Like with the 89X, I wanted the weapons out of it specifically, and so I suffered through it. Barwoo is an amazing accomplishment as well, even though it is a massive source of anxiety on that day.
Oh, I
felt
imagine.
There.
I
I've only
imagine.
been to one Barwoo, I think, because every other time I've been busy. But that one, I can only imagine what you were going through because you had to deal with all the teams, the questions,
Mhm,
getting everyone's answers in correctly, tallying everything up.
mhm.
So the first iteration of Barwoo to now is very different. It used to be we'd ask a question and then it got a response in live chat. It wasn't through Whisper, and whoever got it in first got it. Which very quickly was that's not fair for people who have ping issues or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when we switched and did a little bit more research on bar trivia. Is like, oh, okay, everyone actually submits an answer and then they get a score, so we'll switch to that. So now it's a lot less stressful once everything gets started. For me, it's just more stressful for Mythos.
God bless Mythos.
Is Mythos the one that like everyone whispers the answer to and has to keep track of everything now?
So he has to do his skits, and he is the one that everyone answers to. Now I have up on my screen a Google Sheets with all the team names and all the team answer givers on it. And all he says is the name of the person if they got it right or wrong.
Okay.
And then I just mark it down as they got it right or they got it wrong. And then the sheet, thankfully, auto calculates score for me. So we've gotten it down to a science once it started. It's just the anxiety of, are people actually going to show up? Is it going to be a good turnout? Are people going to participate? You know, we've have a limit of like 20 teams that have signed up, but we've never hit that limit. I'd love to hit that limit sometime.
I definitely want to attend another Barwoo. I haven't attended one since I started the game.
Indeed,
fine. We know you
secret
don't love us.
Barwoo.
That
Barwoo
is
lore.
not true, Vivi, and you know that.
I would have went to the last one, but it just so happened to be on my husband's birthday. I don't... Right, sorry, forgot. I just get you two mixed up so often, you know, my two husbands. The Barwoo plot thickens. Squiz asked what your favorite plant was before I lose that in here.
Damn it.
Simple answer: rosemary.
Oh. Nice.
Nice.
We actually have a big bush of it, really, out in our front yard area. That's thriving.
Awesome.
You have any questions over on your end?
Nope.
Russell Hobbert says, obligatory how did furry question for science.
So how did I become a furry?
I think his question normally is like, where'd you start? How'd you get into it? Like, if you're comfortable.
Hold on, I need to pull up FA real quick.
Oh Lord.
I have a reason for this. So, I officially became a furry in 2014.
Okay.
I had to look up when I joined FA because that's about the time I became a furry.
Got it. Got it.
It's one of those things that you don't realize is a thing, and until you all of a sudden you're just smacked in the face with information.
Facts.
And I was like, oh,
Facts.
Okay.
Big facts.
Apparently, I'm a furry, and yeah, I really like this. And then
Mhm.
started working on getting a fursona and fursuit and all that jazz. But yeah, I did not realize I was a furry until I just got literally smacked with it. Like,
Mhm.
here's all this art, here's all this fandom and everything.
Sounds like
Well, yeah,
someone
this
else
is
I
me.
know.
Yeah, Russell.
Yeah, Russell.
No, that was me. I know. Yeah, that's why it's big facts.
Are you comfortable with me sharing that real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Atlas, I don't remember when, or like it was like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that.
It was
don't know.
actually probably longer than that now.
Was it probably probably like a month now or something like that. But one night he just randomly messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I have a question. Am I a furry?"
Yeah.
And then started.
You always love
and
that.
then started asking me a bunch of questions like, "I like this stuff. Does that constitute this?" And then I started explaining things to him, and I'm just like, "Just you are a furry.
Yeah.
What you like, what you've been watching on Twitch, you've been looking up. Yeah, you're a furry."
Yeah. I think it's
Like,
it's very similar to a situation where I looked at my friend on my 21st birthday after going to a club, and I was like, "Am I drunk?" And she's like, "If you have to ask."
I mean, like the little moment I got that text and you asked me, "Am I a furry?" And I'm like, "You have a wolf boy avatar on Twitch. You talk to other furries. You watch other furry streamers." I'm like, you've shown me art of you. You liked from furry artists. I'm just like, I think you're answering your own question here with everything you're sending me. But yes.
Yeah. Very fair. I will
I
say.
think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
All right, fine, I'll go.
Go.
So I think with the furry fandom, what a lot of people don't realize is there are many different like levels or ways of being a furry.
Mhm.
You can be a furry and just be appreciative of the art.
Mhm.
You don't have to have a fursona. You don't have to get a fursuit. Your only connection to the furry community is you enjoy the art.
Right.
You're still a furry.
Mhm.
You're just on the border. So I think a lot of people, they just don't want to admit that they're a furry, or they think it's something bad or something like that, and so they don't acknowledge it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think at the time it was a lot of it was kind of like coming out of the closet again, because you hear, especially for me, coming out of the closet and the experience were similar because I grew we live in a very rural area, so you always hear people say bad things about gay people and hurtful comments and stuff, and you get that idea of like, oh no, am I a bad person? Am I wrong? Should I not? Like, that's kind of the same experience I had, because I had some people that I thought were very open-minded turn out to be very close-minded about the idea of furries and things like that, and I was like, well, why are you like why? It was really confusing, so it was a little bit of like a journey, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of misconception about furries too, that have aided those that are close-minded, like the not safe for work stuff is all that they know about. They've seen the CSI episode that needs to burn in a fire. It's a funny episode, but
I forgot about that.
I didn't even think about it till right now.
Yeah, I really didn't think about that until now as well.
Yeah.
You're welcome. There's an
Thanks.
advantage to having an old person on your podcast.
Shut up.
I watched it though. I watched it.
I watched it when it was airing.
I think I watched it when it was airing because, not to age you more, but I watched it when I was airing because I'm pretty sure I was watching it with my grandparents.
I did not watch it when it was airing because I never really watched TV after I moved off of Cartoon Network.
So last year?
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, sorry. Last week?
Oh, before
I bullied enough. I need a bully here.
before I forget, I do have a fun squiz story in relation to the furry questions and stuff, which is when we first joined the FCE, I think it was like a couple months in, and one day I guess she just looked over at Seifer, and she was like, and Seifer was like, "Babe, you know that they're furries, right?" Because like it just casually came up, and she was like, "Oh, I just thought they really liked dogs." Because of all the pictures and stuff. She had no issues. She just thought that you guys really liked animals and stuff.
I mean, we do.
We definitely do.
It just really cracked me up.
Oh,
It was just
that's
one of those,
funny.
like, she was like, "That's great, I'm glad." But before that, she was like, "Oh, I just thought they really liked animals."
I don't know Squiz all that well yet, but from what I know of her and what I've seen from her when we met IRL, I can see that. I can picture it in my head.
Squiz is precious.
Very much.
There was another question in here. Oh gosh. I think I lost it in here. If you have any more questions, go ahead while I try and find it again.
Trying to see if I have any more questions just like about Final Fantasy stuff. I do not. Vivi, why would you do that?
What'd you do? Oh god. I am not a lunch lady! I'm not a lunch lady!
Yes, you are.
Squiz!
What did Squiz just do?
I remember when people on the voice chat said "Awoo," and I said it back because I thought it was so cute and I had no idea what was going on.
Woo!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at all that money. Money. Maybe there wasn't a question. I just thought there was.
Oh, see, I'm looking back in your chat. I don't see any.
No,
I
I
didn't
think
see
I
any
got it.
either.
Oh, I've been yeeted. Great.
Thanks for the boop, Nico.
Do you have any other questions you want to go with?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on. Let me pull up.
And
some-
Vivi, if you have any questions for us, you can obviously ask them too.
That's fair. That's fair. This is a two-way street. Res make
That's
meat
one way.
bread.
No, this kind of smell. What the? Like a baka.
Myth, I do not smell like a baka. False. False.
And confirm.
False. Falsifying. False. Ooh.
Oh my god, Nico, what is your favorite bully moments? Is that what that says? Yes, that is.
Oh my god, that's a good question. What is your favorite bully moment?
Chasing Atlas as a sexy
Oh my
Namazu.
god. Oh my
I
god.
was using Stream to figure out where you were.
I figured
love
you
when-
were.
I loved when you showed up at the firmament after we went there.
The amount of times that you just terrorize me. Honestly, though, it's so much fun. it's a lot of fun. Oh
It's
yeah.
enjoyable to watch for sure.
So, you do photos for people now, yeah?
Yes.
How's that been going? Not like, I mean, like, you don't have to go in specifics, but like, how did you just decide, oh, I have a skill and I should like offer this skill to people?
So, getting into G posing originally was just, well, first I got into, modding, but it was just I wanted to do things. I wanted to do another side of Final Fantasy that I hadn't done yet, and then things were really rough in the beginning, like looking back, I'm kind of horrified by some of my poses.
Yeah.
Arms don't do that.
Yeah.
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 like I look at other people's pictures and I'll send them in private to some people and be like, necks don't do this, arms don't do this. There's no anatomy.
Mhm.
But it got to the point where people actually started asking me to do poses.
Mhm.
And like that feels good. It's like your work is being recognized by someone else who, like, I believe is better at it than I am, and they're asking me to do some. And then people started offering me Gil, and I was like, well, okay, this is something people are willing to do. Let's see. And now I've had. Let me pull up my commission. 11 commissions.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
your work is really nice to look at
it
every
is.
time.
Mhm.
I see you go into G pose, and I'm just waiting for wherever it's about to pop up, and I'm like,
That is, I can vouch for that, because when we go
When we're at the
to the club
clubs.
and stuff and we see the little icon pop up, we're like, oh, can't wait to see what that looks like.
I literally pull up whatever club we're in. I pull up into Discord immediately, and I'm just like, okay, just gotta sit here and wait.
We both just sit and wait. We're like, can't wait to see what that looks like.
And the moment it comes up, we're talking about it.
So this is me getting to toot my own horn. Is think about how long I spent on that.
Right.
We've seen you stand
Yep.
in that G pose with the camera icon for a long time.
So think about that, and then think about my first pose ever that I did from scratch. 5 hours.
Oof.
Oh. I actually do have a question with that now. When you're doing some of those, are some of those just like spur of the moment? You want it, like, you're just doing whatever and you just come up with one, so you start doing the pose, or like are most of them predetermined beforehand?
So it varies. Sometimes I get, like, for some of the commissions, people actually give me pretty good details about what they want. And so those actually go much faster, and I really appreciate those. But sometimes they're just, I had an idea, and other times, not gonna lie, I'm using furry porn as a inspiration.
Fair. Fair.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
There's a lot of poses I see in artwork that cannot be done by the human body. Artists take a lot of liberty, but it looks really pretty. So when I go to do it and the body moves in a way, I go, oh no, that's nightmare fuel. I have to tweak it and make it look good, and it actually tends to turn out, at least for me, better. Part of what Mythos comments on my art is the little touches I do to add some emotion or some connection or something to it.
The way you do the faces in yours are really good.
Agreed.
People, when I look at others that aren't as involved or whatnot, they're more into the thirst of it than they are the actual art of it, I think.
Right.
And so they ignore parts of the face. Like, if you look at the default eyes, because I usually start in idle stance, the default eyes are just open. There's no emotion to it. There's no life. They're just dead. Close the eyelids a little bit, and it adds life all of a sudden. Just a little bit. Make the eyes face their target. Either it be the camera or the person they're with. If the person's behind them, the eye should be, to the left or to the right, kind of looking over their shoulder where they are. It's just, how would you put yourself into that situation? And that's how I pose something. Like, arms are the worst. I have cussed so much when doing arms. But I'll pose my own arm and kind of feel like my shoulder and how it is, and like, okay, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so I try to duplicate that in the game.
Kind of, because I've said this before, which is like, it's almost like painting or stuff, where a lot of people I think get this misconception that like it's just for like to be horny, right? Like that's the whole idea is that, but then they don't realize that like, look, when you're G posing and you're in animesis, it's probably sometimes the least attractive thing you've ever done. Like
It really can be.
they're like, oh, you must be so turned on while working on that. Yeah, sorry, when my back and my head touch each other, it's not that hot. It's not that sexy.
When I have two left arms and I'm now missing my right arm, yeah.
When
absolutely.
I have to raise myself out of the ground.
Or descend myself in the heavens.
Yeah.
So, funny story. There's a person in game who I'm not a huge fan of now. We'll just call her Madam.
Okay.
And I was doing a pose, and she walked into the pose. So if you're a certain distance away from the G pose, you're not locked in. So if you walk in, you're still free moving.
Oh.
And so she was like right in the middle of my pose.
Right.
And so now we have a term. I madamed her. Went in enemy selected her name and dropped her into the floor. And so now if you walk into frame, I'll just figure out who you are and drop you into the floor.
That's funny.
That's
funny. That's very funny. But I have another question when it comes to the posing, because I've seen you be in G pose for extended amount of time, and then I see you crash. How many times does that happen? How frustrating is that? Because I can only imagine like you're getting close to your final product and then that happens.
So generally speaking, I don't crash in G posing anymore because I turned off automatic redraw. So usually I'll crash right when I go into G pose because I have to do a redraw then, but Animesis allows you to do individual redraws. But my pack can be a bit taxing, and so it'll crash. However, if I'm G posing someone else, they cannot change clothes, they cannot change class. If they crash, they cannot come back in. They'll generally stay available to me. If they come back in, all sorts of cursed shit happens.
Oh my god.
I can only imagine now.
I was posing Nico and he crashed and he came back in and all of a sudden he folded in half.
Oh my god.
and his shorts I think just filled up my screen as a solid like purple fan.
Lovely.
Like it was just this plane of purple.
Beautiful, Nico.
I hope you have pictures of these cursed things happening.
I think so. I can send them to you later.
Please, I would love to see these.
Oh my god. Yeah, so chat, if you ever wonder if it's all sexy and horny times, no, sometimes it's a nightmare.
No,
that's really a nightmare.
Let's get a test of the faces my character.
Oh my god!
I attempted to do some posing.
Nightmare fuel, absolute nightmare fuel.
I've sent some of them to you, Vivi. You haven't seen them all. Some of them are bad.
Yeah, it's not good times. I did have dreamed reality asks, Vivi, where do you get your ideas for the redecorating the FC? And will you redecorate it much with the FC being a community venue now?
So, I'll do the second part first. I probably won't redecorate it much. I did redecorate it for Cosmic and Amber's birthday, so I put up some cakes and had a cake ready for them. I didn't do much else because I don't have much room to do much else.
Right.
We're at like 398 of 400. I have to be kind of picky in what I do. But I'm probably not going to redecorate it much.
Bye, Mythos.
But I do plan to redo the outside around November. Because we have the new candy house. The walls are built. They're ready to go.
I love that house.
And thanks to Lucian /Ivy, I have 3 of the map drops of the candy for the outside. So that's gonna go up, and it's just gonna look like pure diabetes, and everyone's gonna be happy.
Yes.
So, but how do I what's my inspiration? Sometimes it is we get a new patch. I look in the housing preview, and see what's there, and sometimes an item inspires me to do a full renovation. One item.
Jesus.
Other times I just want to do a renovation. I'll go to Housing Snap. I'll look in there for ideas. Sometimes they appear on Twitter or whatnot, but usually it's I have an idea and let's run with it. Or someone has an idea that triggers inspiration for me. Something will inspire me at some point. Either that or I'll just get bored and when I'm looking at it, want to redo it. And sometimes I get in and I do like one room and it's like, all right, that was my inspiration. I'm looking at the rest of the house going, fuck.
Yeah.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that happening.
I feel that. Quick question. Russell wants to know, do you pay taxes on all that Gil earned via posing?
No.
That's a
I
real
saw the first
solid
bill start falling, and I was like,
no.
"Oh."
That's a real solid no. His shorts filled up my screen. Yes, Nico, that was a quote.
Actually, I have a question. I'm gonna pull back to our venue, the Last Carrot. What was your inspiration of making the Last Carrot?
That's gonna be funny. So it was the gender unlocking of the maid outfit.
Nice.
The Last Carrot.
Nice.
It was originally going to be a maid cafe.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
But part of it was, I've been venue hopping for a while since pre-Endwalker. And seeing what other people have done. I mean, that's why the FC house was like a club on one floor for a while, is because I was really enjoying going to these clubs. And it's like, let's see what we can do. And so I took inspiration from them and whatnot. And so it was just, I asked the FC, is like, hey, if we made a venue, would people want it and would people want to work in it? And the response I got was positive. Funny enough, most of those people that responded don't work at the Last Carrot.
I'm here.
Yes, you are, and I appreciate you.
I wasn't
it
during that.
It started as it was going to be a maid cafe, and then through design, it turned into an actual restaurant. And part of that was visiting cafes and whatnot, and not finding a restaurant.
Oh.
So with cafes, you walk in, you might get greeted, you find your own seat, someone might come up to you, you might have to go up to them. There's no experience like ours that I have run into.
Yeah.
Have I visited all the venues? No. There are so many.
Right.
But it was just, I visited while we were going through the planning process of how we're going to do this, what do we want to do with it, etc. I visited a lot more of the restaurant, cafe style venues, places serve food, actually have table service and whatnot, and found things that I liked and things that I hated. And so the things I hated, I was like, we're not doing that. And then some of the things we hated, we've actually started doing in a much better way than they were doing it. And so it's worked out. But yeah, it literally started when Square Enix is like, hey, we're going to remove the gender locking on the maid outfit.
We love a good origin story.
Another venue question. What's it like dealing with a Karen every week in the bar?
Oh, Dandy.
I love Dandy.
It's fantastic. And trying to find different ways to deal with it. He goes super easy on me. He could be way worse than he is.
Mhm.
Oh God.
He has fun with it. I have fun with it. It's all in how are we going to diffuse the situation. It used to be slapping, and then it was smacking in the face with the toast emote, so you get a mug to the face.
Mhm.
Now we just give him water or sadness cider.
Every time that I see him go up to the bar, I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, okay, when's it gonna start? When's it gonna start? Then he changes his glam, and I'm like, oh, the show's beginning.
Oh. Yep. It's kind of that
When-
same feeling when Nico walks in. We all get very
Yes.
excited about
When-
Nico being there.
When Nico
Yes.
walks in, I know that we're in for another treat as well.
I don't think it's a secret that in staff chat that when Nico walks in, we all get very excited.
Yes.
we are very ready to be entertained.
We're always ready for whatever randomness is about to happen.
There are a lot of people that I think show up at the Last Carrot that when they walk in, we're very much like excited for them to be there.
I would agree. I will say, I think Nico probably has had the most influence on the Last Carrot.
You mean the Nico special?
The Nico special, the way the bar gets bought out now is different.
Mm-hmm.
instead
The
of
drinks
the
are
bar
inside
getting-
the house.
Yes, the drinks are secured inside the house.
Okay, when I came to the Last Care for the first time and he was starting that, I was so utterly confused.
Nico is fluff for brains, and in the most adorable way possible.
Yes.
can
Good
tell.
morning, Nico.
And-
Good morning, Nico.
Good tomorrow, Nico. And it's just a source of joy and happiness,
Mm-hmm.
and it's caused things to be done differently and in a
Mhm.
very fun and different way than other people are used to. The
Mhm.
last raffle, I actually had someone ask for the not Nico
Yes.
special.
The opposite Nico special. Yeah.
Yes.
To fall if they're on the house. That's fair.
So they're
It's a real
secured in the
concern.
house.
That's a real concern.
Oh, Nico.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, chat, if you want some inside scoops, staff chat is a good time. We have a good
It's-
time in staff chat.
It's a lot of fun.
We we request the money song ourselves. We have a bunch of jokes, and yeah, there are people that they come in and I can't speak for everybody, but I know that a majority of the staff just get excited when people come back, and we just genuinely, I feel like I can say that most of us genuinely enjoy working at the Last Carrot. We have a good time.
As someone who, when I came back, I was a customer for however long at this point, and at that point, to now being able to work at the Last Carrot, both sides of it have been absolutely enjoyable. Just seeing the way, when I was a customer, the way everyone in the staff interacted, the way that things were like working, things were going, just everything, that the thought that was going into it, and then now being able to work there and see the inner workings of everything. There's a lot of thought, there's a lot of love, and it's just an awesome place to be.
Yeah. Which leads us to Russell's question. So, for the venue, did you envision a regular RP atmosphere, or did you want sitcom moments?
So I think one of the benefits with the Last Carrot is I just wanted an RP venue. I wasn't going to be strict about a lot of things, like how everything has to be. I wanted it to feel natural, which makes your RPs better. Your interactions will be more, be more natural. Not to repeat myself, but it's just you get a better experience if people aren't forced to do things. We have our macros to start things off with because a consistent experience is important.
Right.
But everyone is free to tailor those macros to themselves. And then after that, you don't have macros. Everything else is just, you could have made a macro for how you interact, but generally speaking, it's just how you want to deliver the next line or how you want to react to Nico asking if he's going to go back in time or forward in time.
Chef
stuff like
magic.
that.
Chef magic. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was always intended to just be what it was going to be. And then have fun there. So a little behind the scenes. Every week on Monday, I tag everyone who's signed up for work and what they're doing. Whereas my thing changes every week. Last week it was panicking.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I've had existential crisis before.
Yep. it's always something along the lines of panic, devastation, falling apart.
Doing everything.
Yeah.
But not doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Foxy's wondering if has anyone ever died of the last carrot?
I think legally we're supposed to say no legally, right?
No one has died as a result of the interactions at the last carrot. That being said, people have come in as Blue Mage and committed suicide.
Yes. No staff has murdered anyone.
Burger.
Yet.
Yet.
That you know
Yet.
of. I have a question about the venue. Just, would you say that the venue has met your expectations or exceeded it? Or even...
Oh, definitely exceeded.
Nice.
I didn't have much expectations because I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
I just wanted people to have fun.
Do you ever worry that you gave us too much freedom?
Sometimes, maybe, but usually no.
Okay, cool.
As long as customers are getting interacted with and everyone's having a good time, I'm fine. If people start getting ignored or everyone's goofing off and nothing's actually getting done,
right,
then that's when it becomes a problem. And I haven't had to step in at all. You all take care of yourselves. There's a reason we have staff chat. We don't just hang out in the general voice chat. Is we coordinate. Our greeter says we have this. We have these people in here, or the bartender can call out for food, and it's behind the scenes magic, but that's what it is. We have the communicate. And we have the communication. So, yeah, the freedom is encouraged. It makes my job easier.
Yeah, I think it's a respected freedom too.
Yeah.
Next time I come in, can I raise the stink and drag your chef away in a drunken fury? No, please. No, please. No, please.
I haven't had to ban anyone from the venue itself for interactions within the venue. Let's not start.
Okay, we'll start with Russell's question, and then we'll get into the other question, which I think will be an interesting answer. What is your favorite interaction at other RP venues?
So, it actually, I would say, it started out with actually Club Vamp and House Catboy were my first two big venues, and the interaction is something simple. It's the staff there actually just talking to you. It's no one particular thing. It's just someone interacts with you and can continue to interact with you and not feel like they just said hi and they did their job. They actually want to interact with you. They want to be with you or anything like that. I had a court interact with me, and I was like, after a little bit of conversation, it's like, I'm not doing the whole court thing, and they kept talking anyway, just being friendly. I was like, that leaves a good impression.
Right.
They weren't just trying to make money. They weren't just trying to ERP. They were, legitimately interacting.
Yeah.
So it's those interactions that are my favorite. And it's the lack of interaction that really drags a venue down.
I think it's important to interact with people and be talking to people, but also respecting people's boundaries and comfort levels and stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, people come to the Last Carrot, they know that they're going to have to interact with others.
Yeah.
In some fashion. So we know that they are there at least with that knowledge. How much they'll interact is entirely up to them.
I don't ever think I've ever seen someone be like left alone at the Last Carrot. Someone always talks to someone.
Agreed. Yeah. And I mean, there are people that sit in the corner and read a book. But they interacted with someone at some point during that, before they got to that point. And so they know that if they want to interact, or if they want to order a drink, or they want to order food, they have already started that interaction. And at least with the Last Carrot, that's our greeter's job. You've interacted with someone the moment you walked in.
Yep.
So the RP has started as soon as you enter that door.
And not to toot the venue's horn or anything, but I feel like it's a good place if you've never RP'd before and you're not confident. It's a good place to go because you're not required to be the best. You're not required to do anything in depth. I mean, and it's as close to like a regular restaurant experience as like I feel like you can get in most places. And I know that for Russell, I know it was where he went in and he was like, I don't know how to RP, but I'll try, And I feel like it almost helps that it's a calm atmosphere with just like, there's a sense of familiarity with how it's ran as a restaurant with like a greeter, and then your host takes you to a table and you're given a menu. So I feel like it's a pretty good place if you want to try RPing and you've never done it before.
Yeah, I've always wanted to keep it newbie friendly. Because there's a lot of people that just get intimidated. And with a restaurant, everyone's been to a restaurant at some point in their life. Right? So you know the basics of it. You may not know the basics of RP, which there are some basics that are not well known, which is when you enter a venue of any sort, you should be an RP walk. That's just a respect thing. None of this zooming around. And then you shouldn't teleport out while you're in a venue. That's rude. Beyond that, everyone has their own ways to RP. Some people talk in character with quotes. Some people talk in character without quotes. Some people talk out of character in one parenthesis. Some people talk out of character in 2, 3. I mean, it changes with everybody. Some people talk only in emote. So it's really, all of it is welcome and all of it is interacted with.
RP walk unless you're Dandy.
100%. Dandy has the zoomies. He cannot RP walk to save his life.
I love that because I remember asking one time, I was like, how come Dandy runs everywhere? And I think it was Cosmic said, he's like, I think I asked him once and he said, it's my venue, I'll run if I want to.
I'm not kidding. We were at Vamp one time and I just messaged him just like, I'm just curious. Everyone else is walking around, but then you just zoom in at Mach 20. Why is that? And he, in his words, my venue, I'll do what I want, no one can stop me, and then zooms off upstairs again.
That's accurate.
And I was just like, you know what? That's fair.
Okay. I guess it's time to ask the big important question. Matt Ryan 886 says, is it true that the venue is the secret resting place of the primeval carrot, alpha and omega of beta carotene, First and last of its kind, and that's where the name comes from, or does the name have another origin?
Oh my god.
So, I have a legit answer to this on the name's
Oh, good,
origin.
because I've just been making stuff up.
Well, you have Danny that comes up to you nearly every week. Tell me the secret of this last carrot.
And I never will.
So, the last carrot was an inspiration from the staff members that originally started it, because we all talked and agreed on the last carrot. But part of it is based off a certain zone in Endwalker.
Yep.
A combination of two, really.
When I got to that spot after coming back to the game and learning about the last carrot, I was like, oh, I feel like this is where this came from.
So the bar is modeled off of that place.
Yep. I remember us all talking and coming up with the bunny theme, and then, the last carrot thing, and yeah. It was nice to be involved. I almost forgot that I was involved in all that.
That's the other thing, is I didn't want to just be like, all right, this is what it's going to be. This is everything. I had you all involved. So it developed somewhat naturally into what it is. And so I think that's partly why it's fun for y'all, is you all had an involvement in it. Even the new people don't realize that they had an involvement in it. And they still do.
Yeah. But to answer your question, yes, there is a carrot. We're not telling you where it is.
I can neither confirm nor deny that a carrot exists. I don't know what Atlas is talking about.
Yeah. He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, we know you're a little crazy.
Little?
I tried to be nice.
Why?
He's my brother. He'll beat me up.
I will.
Can't even beat himself up.
Joke's on you. I have 27 years of experience that says otherwise.
What are you gonna do? Hit yourself with sweet and sour sauce?
It's sitting right there. I'll do it.
Oh my goodness.
I'll never tell you, Nico. Is there a portal to the back room at the last carrot?
We do have a secret boutique room.
That is true. We do have that.
That we do. Schrodinger's carrot.
I mean, if it was kept in a box and actually existed, it would either exist or not exist until you open the box. So I suppose that makes sense.
This is true. This is true.
I'm gonna let you guys take this question, but here's the Nico question. Who are the rabbit gods, and what of their coffee?
Well, there's Coffeeing Way and then Godding Way. And they got together and made Nectar of the Rabbit Gods.
If you don't tell me of the rabbit gods, the name of the drink will only get longer as time goes on. Okay. Honestly, I'm down to hear that name get longer.
I'm down to see what you can come up with, Nico.
Got together, air quotes.
Interpret that how you will.
I'll never tell you where the carrot is. I'm never gonna do it.
That's assuming there is a carrot.
Yeah, hypothetically, if there was a carrot, I would never tell you where it was. Have you ever run out of stock on food or drinks?
No.
No. But I did accidentally discard an entire stack of burgers, and I had to have Russell replace them.
Yup.
You did that?
I did do that. I had like 15 of them in my stash. And discard is very close to like trade. I did hit discard once. And I casually muted myself and I looked at my husband who was sitting right next to me and I said, I need you to go to the market board right now.
It's my problem.
He did.
Good day. Good day.
And I didn't say anything until after I fixed it.
Or the fact that, you know, the chef doesn't make any of the food.
Look.
Yeah. So if you pay attention to the food you get, it'll either have my name on it or Amber's. And if it's a burger and it doesn't have either of our names on it, that's what the one Russell got.
That's the ones that I bought from the market board. I never cried so much over 15 discarded burgers. You are welcome. The son of the return of the last nectar of the Omega Rabbit gods. Yep, that's the item. Oh, I will tell you every time I've ever messed up. I am
Go
very
ahead. Do
open
it.
about it. I could not name them all. But I do it often, and I normally don't talk about it until after I fixed it.
Vivi, with the venue, would you say that the bar is more successful than the cafe area, or is it vice versa?
90% of the time, the bar is the most successful. That's where most people congregate. Most people head up there. I wish more people would indulge themselves in the restaurant experience that we have downstairs before heading up to the bar. Just because I think it's unique and it's not well utilized. I will say this knowing full well that you're a host there, Cosmic, but I would love for every table to be full at one point.
Oh, trust me, I've been wanting that too. As much as that will drive me a little insane, I want that really bad.
I think it would be amazing.
I think the most tables I've had so far was 3, maybe 4, and that was enjoyable. But to have nearly every seat down there filled up would be awesome.
Poor Amber on her opening day had a 6 top.
Yeah, she did.
Yay.
I felt so bad. She stood in the kitchen and she was just standing there, and she the whole time she was just like, and then you add this to that, and that was my tip, and I was like, Amber, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I think sometimes I genuinely think that I probably have one of the easiest jobs.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
But the chef's table, I think, is an important feature. It's a very personal experience that you don't get usually elsewhere, because you're only going to be served by the one person. It's the chef. You get the open view to the kitchen. If they were taller, you could see the short order cooks.
You mean Poe and Tate?
Yes.
Yep.
So I while you do have an easy job, you are still there as a backup host if needed. And you still run the chef's table. And I still get to bully you.
Often.
With the freezer.
All the time.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's really warm in here. It's like, oh, here, let me help you out and turn on the AC for you.
I'm glad you enjoyed this chef's table. It is the most nerve-wracking experience of my life.
I do enjoy the chef's table.
The chef's table.
It's always nice being there.
The chef's table is very nerve-wracking for me, because it is one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm supposed to give you a personalized experience. And also I have to act like I know what I'm doing. So, will the last carrot ever have a run-to date, since I always come to the venue alone?
Oh,
Foxy.
Foxy.
Aw. I would just say talk to one of the other people that come there alone and see about setting up a date.
Drag Aragoth with you.
My secret to saying random menu items names is I don't actually open the menu. I just go by memory, and well, then I embellish. Thanks, Nico. Would you ever consider doing a what? How would you even? I don't even know how the last carrot would do a run to date.
So, just had a thought.
Oh God.
You could go to
Oh,
you could go to Club
God.
Vamp when
Uh-huh.
we're doing a
Oh,
date auction,
true.
and then take them to the last carrot.
That is true.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that is fair. Yeah, I don't think you could do a rent a date at the last carrot because technically we have to work there in order for you to go on a date there.
Yeah.
You would have to yeah, you'd have to rent a person who's working. Yes. uh do you want to, oh gosh,
Huh?
we're running low on time. Did you want to ask we got to ask the standard questions. What is the oh, hold on. What is the chef's table, by the way? I've only heard about it once last time I was there, and I'm reminded of it here. Did we not advertise the chef's table?
We do not.
Oh.
Oh.
It's one of those secrets. It's a secret menu, if you will.
Secret.
So there are restaurants that exist in the real world. Scary, I know.
Ew.
That have chef's tables, and these are tables that are in the kitchen. They're handled by the chef. You get to watch all the preparation and everything, and actually interact with the chefs. Usually, you usually end up with more food than you've ordered, and stuff like that. And so I set one of those up in our kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you end up with more food? No, because Chef Zancy is a lunch lady.
I do like to fluff up the RP a little bit and point out that it's as fresh as possible because it's literally going straight from the kitchen to you. There's nobody picking it up. You're literally getting handed it fresh. That doesn't mean everything else isn't fresh. It's just as fresh as it can be because it literally just came out the skillet. You're welcome.
Yeah, from kitchen to table.
Yep. When is maid and host night at the last carrot? I don't know that we've ever thought of. Have we ever thought about doing themed night? I mean, we did like.
You did the pixie night.
Yeah, we do. We've done little themes.
So, I've thought about it, and I don't know how exactly we would do it outside of the little themes that we do.
Yeah.
To be fair and give people a little bit more behind the scenes, the last carrots chef specials are decided on Monday while I'm at work.
Yeah.
So I sit there and I'll go through the culinary items to be like, all right, I like that and that, and I can make a theme out of that. Or someone, one of the staff members will actually have an idea, and I'll make it work. But yeah, it's usually decided on Monday, and then the menu gets updated then and whatnot. Heaven help us if I ever have to go back into work more than one day a week.
Oh no, we would actually have to. I'd actually have to do more. Have to do more than just show up. Okay, great. Gotta ask the standard question. Give him the anime question. Let's go. You can do it. Let's do it.
I know I've asked Vivi this in the past, and I know the answer from back then, and it's probably changed. But what would be your top 3 anime list currently?
Currently reincarnated as a slime.
Yes.
Although we call it depression anime, Fruits Basket.
I love Fruits Basket.
But it is depression anime.
It's so good though.
It is.
I still need to watch that.
Real quick, Kyo or Yuki?
Unfortunately, my bracelet broke and I turned into a giant cat.
Oh, okay, got it. Good answer. The right answer.
But I actually had his bracelet for a long time until it broke.
I love that. He's my favorite. I love him so much.
He really is.
He's the best boy. Anyway, continue.
Pretend I know what's going on.
You should watch it.
I'm going.
You really should. It's really good. It's really cute.
Yep.
Some parts of it are hot. They do fan service.
Yep.
I have a lot of anime I watch now. We watch at least an episode a night.
Mm-hmm.
So My favorite tends to jump around.
Was the second season of Fruits Basket good then? I only seen the first. Yes.
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 It's really where depression anime kicks in, though.
Oh God. Oh God, yeah.
So I recommend if you're gonna watch Fruits Basket season 2, watch an episode and then watch another episode of something else to bring the mood back up.
Oh my God, I binged it. Oh, I binged it.
Oh God,
Oh
you needed
God.
therapy afterwards, didn't you?
It wasn't so okay. So it wasn't too terrible because I watched the original, right? Like the old anime, and then I've read the manga. So it wasn't terrible because I kind of knew most of it, but it still hurts.
So I never read the manga and I never saw the original.
You poor thing! Oh
So I
my
went
God!
into that
Oh my
unaware.
God! I would say so many things, but they're so spoilers.
Yes, they are.
It's oh God, the way they hit you. They
Please don't
hit you
spoil
so
anything.
hard.
We're not going to. It's too good to spoil.
They're
I'm gonna say Demon Slayer for my third.
that's good.
Yes.
Good choice.
It's
Are you caught up?
gorgeous. Yes.
Atlas, you still need to watch season 2?
Yeah, I need to watch the most recent season because
Okay.
I watched the movie that introduced
So-
the season.
The new season starts out with an episode before the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh.
it's the movie.
Yeah, so you there's one that happens before the movie, and then it's just the movie in like 4 episodes, I think.
I think so. Then I think I've probably seen the first episode of that season because I
Okay.
watched all the way up until the movie, and then
Yeah,
I
so then-
watched the movie.
Yeah, then you can watch. Now you can start at the entertainment district.
Yeah, because I
But
watched.
it's kind of fun
yeah.
to rewatch the episodes that are the movie.
Yeah, because they kind of added a little something special every like randomly in those episodes. It wasn't too
Yeah.
much different.
I think they upped the budget a little bit on those episodes too.
Yeah, they definitely were a bit prettier,
Mhm. Mhm.
but
Yeah.
season 3 is supposed to be crazy.
Also, last thing I'll say about Fruits Basket, which I think will probably, I feel like Vivi can agree, is probably the best way to describe it in a spoiler-free way, is Fruits Basket does a really good job of sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Yeah.
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 Ouch. Okay. Anyway. Is it time for the question?
I think it is time for the question.
Chat, it's
Oh, no.
time. It's time for the question, chat. Chat, give some name suggestions to match Vivi's vibe so that we can give Vivi his vibe name. Vivi, if you had to name yourself off of your vibe, what name would you give yourself? Carl, okay.
Carl.
Let me pull
Oh,
up.
not Carl.
Let me, oh my god, pull up my my poll.
Oh God, what would
This-
Vivi's name be based off of Vivi's vibe?
I'm so glad that this happens. I love it.
I feel like it'd be initials.
Oh, like an oh, that's a cool guy thing. Trouble.
Like I
Trouble?
feel best bullies are initials.
Maximilian.
Like AJ, he can't have that. He can't have that one. He can't. Yeah, you can't have that one. That one's taken. So sorry.
Wolfsire from Dell. Oh.
Wolfsire. Oh God, how do I spell? How do you? Is
It's
there
Wolf and then Sire, S-I-R-E.
right? Is there a
at the end.
space or is it just
No,
all
one.
one?
just one.
Let's see. we
DJ,
got-
but he
Oh.
calls himself Deej.
Ew.
that hurt me to read and say.
Oh my god.
And
we
in a
have-
nutshell, he likes to yell, is what Dell said.
Oh no, we only have room for 5. We only have room for 5. Oh no. Oh no, we only have room for 5.
No, Husky.
Okay.
No, that one will never be given out.
We're not doing Chad.
No, that one will never be given out.
Yeah, we're
I
not.
mean, we could give that to Husky.
Yeah, Husky, you can be Chad. You want to be Chad, Husky?
Absolutely, Chad, remove Carl. No.
Okay. So let's see. We have Carl, Trouble, Wolfsire, Maximilian, and DJ. Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay. Hold on. Wait, what? What are we holding on for? We're forgetting something simple? What are we forgetting, Russell? Brat?
I was gonna say that, but I refrained from
Well-
saying it this entire time.
Okay. Since technically Brat would be one more than we're allowed.
Rebel. It's the same thing. You just
Dude,
did trouble in the
I-
brat, I guess.
Hold on. Vivi, you get to veto one of these names. So you can
I'm gonna
veto.
veto Carl.
I saw that
Sorry,
one coming.
Carl. Sorry, Carl. All right. Oh no, we can't do it. Okay. Did you want to replace something with Angelico? Or did you want to keep the names that are already here?
I will keep what we have here.
Okay. Now, chat, the rules remain the same. You cannot vote on the name that you suggested. And we will start the poll. Got 1 minute on the poll. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is a very popular poll this time. Oh, we're tied. Oh no. Oh,
Oh.
okay. This is always my favorite part of the podcast.
Just giving out a random name.
I'm so glad that we give people vibe names.
Yeah, Andy.
What is it?
I you gotta ask Russell. I never remember
Staff
it.
Sergeant Max Fightmaster.
I will never remember that. 'Cause I don't understand how the fuck he came up
It's
with
so
that.
long.
I want to change it because it's so fucking long.
It's so good. Oh. Well, Vivi, it seems that your vibe name is just Trouble.
I'm okay with this.
All right, so now currently in the podcast we got Andy, Trouble, and whatever the fuck my name is. 'cause
Staff-
I still don't remember it.
Staff Sergeant Max Fightmaster.
That.
Amber would like to know where you got your avatar from.
So many moons ago on Kickstarter was Face Rig. And I backed it, so I got Face Rig for free when it came out.
Right.
They've now upgraded to animes, so I'm using that instead. But the avatars there are customizable. They're usable for Twitch streaming.
So what it
There's
was
a-
called what?
Animes. Here, I'll put it in chat.
Yeah, I was gonna put it in chat so that people could see it.
So it's free. For the most part. There is a subscription to it that will remove the watermark that'll bounce across the screen. But they have pre-built avatars, and then you can go in and customize the colors and what they're wearing. Like I could put on a hat or something like that on my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Here, how about a shark?
Beautiful.
What the fuck?
Beautiful. Truly beautiful.
That fits you way too well. That really fits you way too well.
I think that'll have to be the last question. Well, I guess it will be Russell's question because we're cutting it close on time.
We still
Russ-
got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Except Russell's question is, what is your persona and how did you come up with it?
Oh, yeah, that's going to take up the rest of this time.
So I have two
Please
personas.
tell us about it with the chicken on your head.
Yes.
I
A
can't
chicken
take
or a
it.
wolf hat?
I don't know. The chicken feels like a vibe. I
I
don't know.
just feel like I'm staring at two of you.
Yeah, it feels like there's a tiny you.
There's a tiny you growing
Yeah,
on your head.
yeah, the chicken feels accurate. The chicken feels. I like the chicken. Yeah.
A pink chicken?
A pink chicken. Even
Yes,
better.
Perfect.
Even
With
better.
blue feet. Perfect.
So I have two personas. I have
Mhm.
wolf and a fennec fox.
Mhm.
The wolf was when I first started out in the furry fandom, and you have to come up with a persona if you want one.
Mhm.
And what's one of the most common ones? Wolf.
Right.
But I still identify with it. I've recently changed its look, which I would have to commission someone, I think, to do a new avatar in this in order to get it right.
Mhm.
But otherwise, he is black and red. My fennec fox used to be a hybrid.
Mhm.
It was a hybrid fennec and corgi, because I love corgis. But I was at BLFC, biggest little fur con,
Mhm.
and someone there was selling a partial. So head, tails, arms, and hands
Mhm.
for a blue fennec fox. And my sono was a blue fennec corgi fox, hybrid.
Right.
So I very quickly pulled out my credit card and bought it.
And it is adorable.
It is.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's the energy that I would love to have. It's kind of the energy I have when I'm in suit,
Mhm.
because I just want to go. I do have a suit for Rennon as well, although it's retired now. That one's a full suit,
Mhm.
and that one I die in, because they're really hot and heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. And expensive,
Ye-
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
about 2,500.
Yeah. That's
That's
what
like
I
the
thought.
basis now. That's like the base
Yeah.
value.
My partial was only $1,000.
Yeah, I hear
so,
that they're very
yeah.
expensive.
They are, and the more you customize it, the more intricacy you have to it, the more expensive it gets, and also
Yep.
depends on who you go with.
Yep. Wow.
That didn't eat up nearly as much time as you thought.
I know, we have 6 minutes before 2 hours. Only a grand. Yes, only a grand.
Well, considering something like a lemon brat, which is, usually pre-made, almost factory style, it's still really good quality and a lot of personality to them, are
Mhm.
1,300 to 1,500.
Mhm.
And a grand is actually really cheap.
Yeah. If you find someone under a grand nowadays, you really need to do research on them.
You know what, Amber? That will be the last question. There you go. That will be the last question. Why do you choose the people for officers that you do?
See, I put names in a hat and I just pull them out randomly, and that's it.
Oh
No.
Lord! If only that's actually how that was. Oh, ducky.
Because you
So
didn't step back fast enough, Amber.
So it's it's interesting. I watch how people interact with the FC.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are active, who put together events, who are vocal, will provide feedback, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
are generally more likely to be chosen. If I don't have trouble with you, obviously you have a higher chance.
Mm-hmm.
When
Which
you
is why
had-
I'll never be an officer.
Same here.
Just too much trouble I am.
I'm pretty sure I'm the trouble now.
Oh, that's fair.
I am the one with the rubber ducky.
That's true, so sorry.
Here, let's light it on fire.
No, the ducky! Ducky, no! Oh god, he was so young. That makes sense. Rip the delicious duck.
But yeah, it's a lot of observation, and then I think last time around I asked people who were interested. Obviously, I can't pick everyone.
Yeah.
But it's good to know who wants to do it. I don't want to just randomly offer people, hey, do you want to do an Oscar? And then be like, sure, but they don't actually want to do it.
Right.
I've had people that wanted to be an Oscar and they were not in a position that would have been good fit. They're great for the FC, but they're just not good in a leadership role.
Right.
And it sucks to have to tell them that, but you know, it is what it is. I have to be what's best for the FC.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta be honest about that stuff.
Yep.
So, you know, sometimes it causes hurt feelings, and then other times it results in amazing Oscars like I have now.
Yep. But I'm pretty sure that next time we pick officers, it will be a game show style. It will be broadcast live. Will be a fight to the death.
We'll just do a bracket thing. Just
Like-
pit people against each other.
Smash Bros. Tournament style.
I mean, at some point, I probably will shift around officer because, you know, I did it before, and but I'm not looking to do that anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because everyone's working out really well.
And also, Amber will always be an officer because even if we did a bracket style tournament, most people enjoy their kneecaps. So.
Yep.
Hal's next top officer, please Tyra Banks, people. I need you to stand up in the middle of the SC house with a folder full of people's pictures.
Oh my god.
I would watch that every week.
But anyway, I think that's all the time we have.
That's a shame.
It was really nice having you on the podcast, Vivi.
As always,
it really
another
was.
another great guest.
Absolutely.
You didn't bully us as much as I thought you might.
Oh, that tripped me out.
Oh,
I
double
was like,
ears.
What's happening with your ears?
Double the ears.
What the hell? Are those horns?
No, those are dog
They're
ears.
doggy ears.
Yeah.
I could not tell. Oh, that's a unicorn horn.
Nice. Oh hey, did you know that I know
Ooh,
who's
this
gonna be
kinda
here
smell.
next week?
What
You do.
Like a baka.
I do.
Oh. Would chat like to know who our guest next week would be?
Can I get tippy taps in chat? Just so that we can announce the guest for next week.
Can I have those pancakes?
No, they're my hat.
No, give me them. I want them. They look yummy.
I also want those pancakes. Wait, hold
They look
on.
yummy. Give me those.
Nom 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 nom. Next week's special guest. Oh, the butter's blue. Did it go bad?
Blue butter. Interesting. Oh.
I'm so easily distracted. We're not allowed to Google that. Next week's special guest on the podcast will be Vivi's giant pancakes. It'll be Rezero. Rezero is going to be a very interesting guest because Rezero does a lot of stuff with retro games and retro game consoles.
Ooh.
So he will be a very interesting guest. So if you have any questions about retro consoles, fixing retro consoles, stuff like that, he will have lots of answers for you. So look forward to that next week, chat. Vivi, did you bring enough pancakes to share with all of chat, or?
I think that's enough.
Okay, well, chat, take a pancake on the way out, and let's see if there's anybody to raid.
Oh. Don't expose that you don't got legs.
Oh no! Nobody's allowed to know that you don't have legs.
I have no legs.
Oh no!
Oh, and the pancakes are hollow.
Wow, we're learning so many things. Let's see.
We could raid Pyro.
We could, or we could raid. Could raid them, or there's also a Final Fantasy streamer that I used to talk to that's on, but I'm okay with raiding either. Do we want to raid?
Choice.
Pancake. Everybody gets pancakes. Chat, are we more in an art mood or a Final Fantasy mood? Vivi, what mood are you in? Art or Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy.
Alright, then I will send you the name of this person.
Please do.
Let me mute that stream real fast, just don't listen to the ad.
Once again, thank you everyone for stopping by for our weekly podcast. We greatly appreciate everyone coming out, and we enjoy doing this and having you all here.
Yeah, not to get sappy, once again, really did not expect this to be as successful as it has been.
Oh, I just noticed the picture Vivi sent us.
Yeah, of Nico's shorts.
It's a lot better than I thought it was.
We are going to raid J Zombie. So if we can show them lots and lots of love, also raid her fridge. Make sure you get everything. Woo.
Is it just J Zombie with no space?
Yeah, it's J Zombie 21. I sent the name in Discord chat.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
This looks painful.
That does look painful. How are your eyes? Anyway, thanks for hanging out, chat. As soon as Cosmic is ready, I can't with you right now. As soon as Cosmic's ready, well, oh, it's really tiny. No.
Invalid username. What the?
I'm
You did
going.
not-
I'm
It is
gonna
not on Discord wherever you sent it.
in our chat with Vivi.
It's not there. I only see Vivi's picture.
It's JZOMBI27. I have to rate
Oh,
them because I'm gonna run out of time. Goodbye, chat.
It's literally not there. I don't know what you want me
I'll
to
have
do.
to fix that.
It's
See what's
J ZOMBI27.
Thank you, Vivi.
Welcome.
All right, there we go. Okay, now everyone from my end go raid their fridge. Everyone have a good time. Stay safe. See you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
I miss you. You were doing a talk
Not to do
show and a podcast. Ooh, what were you talking about? Hi, Pete.
That was fun. I
Yeah, it
enjoyed
was.
that.
Yeah, that one's working.
Yeah, that's good. Double
I have an axe
raid.
in my head.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Shout you out too. Hello, you new people.
Aren't you glad I waited till the end to break
Oh,
this
I bet
out?
you were also on the talk show. I was with Atlas Raven. How you doing? For people
Good
who don't know me,
times.
My name's Jay Zombie. Others call
My
me Jay
God.
Zombie.
Thanks for being a
Jess,
guest, Vivi.
in-game 14, they call me
It was a
Curious,
lot of
whatever the hell
fun,
you
Vivi.
want.
It was great.
How you doing?
You
Playing
were-
That
anything
was
and
a l-
everything.
Yeah.
That was a lot
just
more
changed
fun
my stream schedule.
than I thought.
Fridays is Final Fantasy Fridays.
Feeling
Saturday,
yourself.
I'm splitting my stream into 2 parts.
If you ever want to
So
be a
first
guest
half will be
again,
the
just
teen
let us
tarot like we
know.
normally do
It's
on
true, we are
Tuesdays,
open.
already game
and
to do it
the
again.
later half will
Alright.
be on
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
I feel like we had a lot of
It's
more
like-
questions we could have gotten to. We ran
So-
out of time.
Oh yeah.
How
We'll
are you
definitely.
two
Well, I
doing?
think after Res
Also,
we
I'm with
have
my
like one
new
or
hire
2 other
here
guests planned,
for
but we will let you
our
know
FCs
once
marquee
we
venue that
sit down
we
and talk
opened
about
not
it.
too long ago.
But we will get you set up on another date.
Yep,
Sounds good. This
Hell yeah.
was a lot of fun.
it
That was
was.
a lot of
I had a
fun.
good time.
That was awesome.
Okay, bye.
You have a good one, Vivi.
Bye.
But how you doing? How you doing?